welcome to ILFW News. I'm your host, Dina Nina, and today is International Transgender Day of Visibility. And today we're joined by two transgender comedians who are, well, visible. Please welcome Dahlia Belle and Erin Mohr. Hello.
Hi.
How are
Hi.
you?
Doing good. Doing very visible, which is good to be visible.
Yeah, I'm nice and anxious, so good day.
Perfect. Same, all the
Set to
time.
go. Yeah.
So it is Transgender Day of Visibility, and you are both comics who are open and out and really just killing it. I think you're both so hilarious. What was what was the reason you started doing comedy?
I think for me, I always loved doing, I loved comedy ever since I was very young. But it wasn't until after I came out that I felt like I could do comedy. Not really sure exactly. I mean, I could say that perhaps, pretending to be somebody else for so long, and finally being myself made me feel like I could get up on stage and present myself. Freedom, I guess, freedom to be myself, kind of thing.
That's beautiful. Dahlia?
Oddly enough, I went in the opposite direction. So I started doing comedy just as a way of reversing all of my depressive narratives about myself. And in the process, I had to just reconcile certain things about myself to actually be true when I'm on stage.
I love it. One of the things that I find so beautiful about the way you both show up in performance is that it seems so genuine and so real. Do you find that when you're on stage that you have a persona, or do you feel like it just is an extension of who you are?
I would say my stage presence, my stage persona is definitely an exaggeration of an idealized me.
Okay.
And when I say idealized, I don't mean like everything in my life is perfect, that sort of ideal. I don't believe that that exists. So I think that's a lame thing to try to present to people on stage. So I'm like, so if I were just as messy as I want to be, and just as slutty and wild and out of control as I am in my head, if I just lived out all my fantasies, what would that person be like? So that's who I offer the audience.
I love it. Erin?
Same. Like same. I swear to God, it's the same thing. I do it's like me at my best moments. When I'm on stage, I do talk a lot of, I kind of stuck up on myself and talk about how, hot and gorgeous I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not that way all the time. But yeah, it's how I would like to be in my everyday life. I think with that much confidence, and slutty and all that too.
Yes.
I agree with
we're peace in a pod.
I definitely talk about sex so much more than I have sex on stage. Like I talk about liking sex, and I don't. It's all an illusion. So let's talk about the visibility over the last decade. Ooh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. So over the last decade, we've seen an explosion of visibility in the media. We have Laverne Cox, Janet Mock, all of these amazing trans women actors and trans actors that are not women and non-binary. And it's been a beautiful thing. How do you feel like it's impacted your life? How do you think it's made things better for you?
Jeez. Yeah, I think it's all good, to get more people in front of the public. I still feel when I perform, that a lot of people have never seen a trans person, well, that they know of in the flesh.
Yeah.
And so I think there is still a ways to go, but it's progress. It's fantastic.
Agreed. Dahlia?
Yeah, so it's improved my life in the sense that more people are aware and are ready to have those conversations, and I'll even be honest enough to say it helps me personally in performing comedy, because then people know the correct answers and have my jokes to compare. So that's certainly helpful. I do agree with Erin, though, that still, when I perform, it does seem to catch audiences off guard. They still brace themselves for like some sort of political TED talk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's my booty hole. And, I'm like, relax, we have a sense of humor. So I think that's still an area we're breaking into a little more.
I feel like people are so shocked that we have a sense of humor, and I feel like as trans people, we've gone through so much that we have to have a sense of humor about it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what do you hope to see in the future? What would you like the world to look like a year from now, 5 years from now for the trans community?
I want to see fewer jackasses putting laws out there about
Yes.
sports, about bathrooms, about kids not being able to, restricting their ability to have surgeries.
Yeah.
It feels like, honestly, it hurts to see these kind of things happen, but they wouldn't be happening if we weren't making progress. And so it's kind of a push and pull, but I hopefully we'll get to that point where the right wing pundits and politicians kind of realize it's going to be a losing battle to be trying to restrict us.
I'm really holding out hope for that global Marxist conspiracy they keep talking about, because it sounds really gay and awesome. So I'm hoping that comes to fruition. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe we could eliminate cis heterosexuality completely. No, that would be great. But
it's so bad.
I guess realistically, in the meantime, what I would most like to see is more. I don't know how to properly phrase this. I guess more visibly trans and queer people in front of the camera. It's still only the most glamorous and passable or cis-presenting of us. I pride myself on how pretty I am, so I understand that
Yes,
I
you
can't be the
are.
leader in this movement. But
right.
I
The three of us are just poised to be beautiful on camera. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, I want to see more of us, being average, just being allowed to be basic, boring, normal people doing basic, boring, normal people stuff.
So one of my friends, Simone Missick, she is the lead on All Rise on television, CBS. I was like, which one? And she said she wanted to see, as far as a Black woman, she wanted to see messy Black women. Do you feel like there is a need to see messy trans people on camera as well? Like people that don't have it all together, people that are just trying to live their lives without it being a marginalization, I guess, more of a Like this is we face the same crap that everybody else does.
Yeah, I definitely be down for that. And what I really hope is that the focus is on how messy the people are and not how trans they are.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, focus less on the whole trans, storyline.
I talk about it a lot, but like it is the most uninteresting part of my life, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I have to tell people, like, look, this is who I am, this is how I show up. But also, I just own a company where I come into my office, sit and cry drinking wine. Like that, you know what I mean? Like
But this is much bigger. This is who I am.
Yeah.
Wine and tears. That is
exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Trans Day of Visibility.
Yay.
Oh, hi. Thanks for watching the I Love Funny Women YouTube channel. We would love it if you would subscribe, maybe like the video, and if you could hit that little bell over there to get notifications, we'd go crazy. Thanks.